What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Action Not Included. In the last episode, we got a bunch of stuff done. We got our two steam power plants basically built. In between the last episode and this episode, I was just trying to let the dupes kind of run and vacuum this area out because, watching an area get vacuumed out, let's all be honest, is kind of boring. So I was just kind of trying to let this get cleaned up and vacuumed up and whatnot. And during that time, our volcano had erupted more than enough to have properly given us plenty of magma to play with. As you can see, it is running, about as efficient as we can get it. In the background, I have also started hooking up the oil wells. We have 3 of them. Our original one back here that we're using. This one here. And then this one. Those are our 3 oil wells. We do have a leaky oil fissure. Let's see, where did that run off to? That's the hydrogen vent that we should probably try tapping into. Is it right here? Here we go. Yeah, and then we got this, which, just constantly spits out oil. But it is pretty hot oil. We don't actually have anything that can handle over 300 degrees right now, which is why I was avoiding that. But as soon as we get that, we'll add that to our oil empire, and we'll get it all boiled up here. We are intermittently getting some power out of this, which is good. I did learn that pumping in 200 plus degree petroleum into our polymer presses is a bad idea. Apparently, when the petroleum is above the melting temperature of plastic and you try to turn the plastic, it instantly melts into liquid naphtha. Now, liquid naphtha, we have no uses for this fluid. There is nothing that we can do with it. The only thing we can do is flash it into sour gas and then turn the sour gas into liquid methane if we get cold enough. So, it is what it is. We can't do anything with it. I'm thinking about maybe just dumping it out in space and letting space deal with it. But for right now, little tidbit, do not put boiling hot petroleum into your polymer presses. So to fix that, I was originally tearing down our oil refinery over here. Like, oh, we don't need that. That's not necessary. If we want plastic still, it's necessary. So we're going to keep that kind of up and running. And what's going to happen is we're going to primarily force oil over there so the dupes can make petroleum, and that petroleum will be specifically just for making plastic. We won't burn it. We won't do anything else with it. We will just use it for plastic. Now, that being said, I clearly haven't made that adjustment yet, but we will. But yeah, no, if we're just going to be using that to make plastic, no need to burn it to make the dupes work extra when we have a boiler that's basically making petroleum for fuel for us with, no more input from us. We've done the input. One thing we do need to do is we do need to fill our loop. And the other thing we need to do is we need to actually feed this into our geothermal plant, so that way we get hot enough fluid in there to actually declog the system. And we're not going to be able to do that with water. That is just not going to happen. So what we actually have to do is you have to actually turn this around and feed it into this. But yeah, that's the plan. Let's see, is there anything else? We just need to wait for some steel to get made, this to get piped out, this is getting filled, yeah. So, man, you know, the worst thing about quitting smoking and giving up nicotine and everything is that, 2 months later or so, you still got like this like phlegmy buildup in your throat of like tar that's like setting free and whatnot. So, I do apologize for me constantly like clearing my throat and whatnot. My body is clearly just, cleaning itself out of the horrible habit I used to have. So, I do apologize. Hopefully it'll, eventually stop at some point. But no, until then, it is what it is. But yeah, no, let's, why are we making a mess? Okay. We really need regular bathrooms. This is getting obnoxious. This is getting so obnoxious. I'm starting to get really frustrated. Okay, so that I think is going to be the new objective, is bathrooms. I am at the point where I'm tired of listening to them complain. So we need to make everything as insulated as possible. I do not remember. Okay, so ends on that side. So realistically, we probably would actually want to deconstruct that and flip it around. All right. We will get the bathroom thing situated. We will get that taken care of. Yeah, I don't think we need any more of these. Well, I mean, I plan on taking at least 3 more dupes. Maybe, or not 3, 5 more dupes, maybe 7. We might build another bedroom down here. Not 100% sure yet. Make this like another little like hangout rec room area. We got steel getting made, we got that getting done. Our natural gas is getting filtered out, so that way we're not breaking the natural gas generators anymore. This needs to like get re-hooked up. Yes. Eventually. The thing that's really holding us back right now is we're just waiting for this thing to finish pulling a vacuum. And it is just obnoxiously big and it's just taking forever. So that's kind of our deal right now. We're really waiting on, but at least for now we're getting more than intermittent power. So okay, so this is running pretty consistently. I thought I saw like a little gap or something in this, but it seems to be fine. The petroleum is running up. Yeah, you can see I did initially run it to the petroleum for making plastic, and it just, that was a bad move. The game did not like that at all. But okay. So the next thing we gotta do is we need to work on these bathrooms. They're gonna drive me up the wall. So we're gonna deconstruct one of each of those. We're going to re-put this in. Out on that side. Seems good to me. I'm gonna go laboratory. Go to iron ore. And now this should just kind of feed all that. And then right over here, we can make the jump back down. Like so. And then bring this in to here. This into here. Actually, we want to just dump the excess. Yeah, this is going to get full. Eventually, we're going to run out of space for the water. So I'm just trying to figure out what to do. You want to deal with it as dirty water, or do you want to deal with it as clean water? Because my thought is, if we do it as clean water, we can run it like so. And instead of having to go like in immediately, yeah, we can have it come in, it'll bridge, and then go in. And then once this is backed up with water, it'll push past our bridge and dump into here. Yeah, I like that. That I think should work fine. And to make the dupe's life easier, we need to put our storage box here with some sand. And you put another little sweeper. And put it right there. Nope. No, I don't want to be using my aluminum. We can always dig up some more lead. Any more broken buildings? We do. Where's the... Oh, no, we didn't want... Yeah, I know the whole fertilizer setup's broken because we pumped the wrong fluid in there. I get it. Oh, are these overheating because we're putting hot rock into it? Gotcha. Alright, well, we can deconstruct those for now. Yeah, the mercury ore is just so bad. I mean, it helps get you through the early game, but ASAP. This stuff is just so not good. At least not for what we're using. Let's check on our Steam thing. How's this going? 125? I mean, it's trying. It's just taking forever. Okay, so we finally done building all the steam turbines, which means we're finally done stealing the iron, which means we can finally start making steel. Is that what I'm seeing right now? Happy days. All right, perfect. Amazing. We actually are retaining some charge in our batteries. I say some. I mean, it's trying. I'm just going to leave it at it's trying. We really need to figure out how to spaghetti loop this in. And we need to first deconnect that. Deconnect that. Oh, at first I thought that was the boiler line. I was like, man, when did we get so much oil or petroleum all of a sudden? That's amazing. No, it's our coolant loop. Let's not steal our coolant loop. It's a bad move. Plus, it wouldn't be hot enough. And that's kind of one of the things we want to try to retain is the heat. Now we're just going to break that off right there for now. Getting our liquid bridge. Okay. Oh yeah, let's look at our colony achievements. What achievements have we gotten so far? 8 Dewsbury not default close. Transit tube. Been going for a year. Have a bunch of art. Machine tube. Have auto sweepers do more deliveries than dupes over 5 cycles. Okay. In order to get job suitability, we would have to let the cooks leave the base. I'm not sure. We're working on Royal Flush right now. What room? Oh, okay, so we literally just need to make a proper bathroom, which I think the dupes are slowly working on doing. Do we have all this done yet? Almost. All right, got some sand. We just gotta put a proper sink in. And once we get that, it looks like our water is actually finally staying water. Let's just try and figure out where to bring the power in at for this. I actually believe, yeah. Okay, that was the heat deletion thingy over here. And then run the base cooling loop through that. No, we don't want to do that because we want to use this steam and stuff like I was talking about. You know, I feel like possibly prepping for that might not be a bad idea. I was talking about in the last episode about wanting to potentially steal some steam out of here to run a sauna. So I think we might actually do a little bit of that. And nope, we want to make that out of steel. Let's put it there. And we run that out like so. And then for the hot tub, I believe it's got to be roughly 95 degrees, which is pretty much exactly what it comes out of as the steam turbines. I'm pretty sure the out of the steam turbine should be hot enough for a hot tub. Yeah, sorry, my brain was just not computing what I wanted to say right there. That was my bad. It just completely blanked out. It made thoughts very hard for no reason. Here, and then we can bring the loop back through and under. Not a huge fan of it, but it looks like that is kind of the only option we got. We'll set that up for now in that loop, so that way when we go to gain access to it, we don't gotta break into all of that. And let me just tell them to dig like so. And there. Okay. And I'm pretty sure all we need down here is just a basic liquid pump. And put it kind of right there in the middle. We'll feed that in. And we'll do a little bridge action right here. And we still need to tie that in. Up to. Perfect. Alright, now there. Okay. And that should hopefully get our bathroom problem situated. Yes, I guess this should come up. And then I'm debating if we even really need this water bottler here, but I mean, I've already got it here. It's already part of the kitchen. Might as well get it working. But yeah, okay. So they got that, we got this, we got that, they got that. You know, that is something we need to do. We need to disable our... sorry guys. We have to kill the rec room for right now. The reason why we have to kill the rec room is we do not have the power to be running the arcade and the jukebox. What else do we have? I want to add, like, I want to do something with this. And I'm not really confident in making it another spot for dupes. Yeah, I mean, why not? We'll put the espresso machine in there. We can put the juicer in there. And then what else? Like that is all of it. Yeah, I think that's all we're going to put in there. Plus, of course, clearly the water cooler. Oh. Here. And then here. Haha. I was concerned there for a second. I was like, how do I get through my my maze of pipes that I call a cooling loop? Yes, I do know right now we do not have the resources for the juicer or the espresso machine, but if I have them made, I'll see them, and it'll remind me to eventually make the farms for those. I do kind of wish the juicer had like a winter or a cold food option, because it shows that it needs mushrooms, bristleberry, and meal ice, and those are all kind of like, the warm climate foods. And the things I feel like it should use for like cold climate foods are like sleet wheat, pike apple, and the plume plum. And I feel like you should be able to switch the recipe. That would be awesome. Unfortunately, I'm not a coder, or I would make that as a mod. I've tried. It's not for me. That's why I'm here making YouTube channel videos. I'm actually not included in other video games. So, if I could handle writing code and not falling asleep at the desk, I would do it. But I have two reactions when I try to write code. I either fall asleep because I mentally just can't stay awake and mentally stay, on task, or I get so angry I want to start punching holes through my monitor. I have no in between. I have like very little. Oh yeah, this is chill and cool. I love coding. I can't do it. I've tried and tried, and it is not for me. It would be awesome if it was, but it's just not how my brain works. Well, let's see. Let's check back up on our Steam. Oh, are we pulling a vac? We have pulled a vacuum. All right. Well, I will be back as soon as this crazy thing finishes pulling a vacuum. This is going to take a moment, and then we can finally get our geopump turned on and everything and whatnot. So I will see you guys in a moment. So we're almost done vacuuming this out. I don't know why, but I always find this really satisfying to kind of watch the vacuum just slowly delete the little bit of gases that's left. I don't know about you guys, but I just kind of find that really satisfying to kind of watch it all just kind of disappear like it is. But that's just me. Watching it get vacuumed out, it's boring. This part I find kind of interesting and entertaining, just to watch it all get deleted. But bam, we now have a vacuum, which means now we need to finish sealing this back up. Once that's all sealed back up, we will be able to hit the button. But no hitting the button beforehand. And considering that this is all wired in, it means we will be getting power out of it, so we will have to cool it. This is the hydrogen line. How do we get hydrogen into there? Jump this way, up. Wait. We can actually just pull it from here, come down, and like cut across. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna put that there. I don't think it really needs to be insulated. I think we should be fine with regular gas pipe. And just run it right back up this line, and bam. That should be hydrogen achieved. All we gotta do is just dig that. I think we should be set. How's our bathroom? Alright, and this is okay. I was freaking out there for a moment. I thought somehow I tied our coolant loop into that and was dumping liquid ethanol into the steam box. I was about ready to freak out. But no, we're just getting enough. Alright. So I believe we should be able to now sweep that out. Whoa, what are you? What did you just do? I don't remember telling you to... Oh. Oh no. I don't, Come on, guys. Hurry up. Hurry up. Do it. I don't remember saying deconstruct that, but you know, I'm allowed to be wrong. I don't think I was wrong on that. I could have sworn I picked sweeping, not deconstructing. But hey, I mean, Creed the game knows better than I do. No, we need to switch that back to like a 5 or something. And now we got some big old chunk of carbon dioxide in there. And we got a bunch of steam in here. And cool. Now it's this big old thing. At least the carbon dioxide should hopefully not interfere. Okay. How is that overpressurized? Oh, 20 kilograms. Oh. Oh no. Oh. So that means that that's just in a bad spot, and what we can really do is we can... Okay, never mind. Cancel. I don't know what you're trying to break, but it's not what I wanted you guys to break. Okay, and we can actually put it, say, here. And if we move it there, we can use the water. Haha. To spit out the steam. Okay, perfect. Okay. There. I'm glad we went over that plan first before things got super bad. Yeah, no, that kind of freaked me out a little bit. You don't need that vent there anymore. What is going on? Do we need to insulate the pipe? Yeah, apparently we gotta come up with somebody getting in there to fix that. I don't know how it broke, but it did. Because it's super cold in there, and the water itself is freezing because it's cooling off. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. That's good information. Okay, perfect. Now let us build that. Alright, and yes, I know, game. We are working on getting proper bathrooms. Just need you guys to finish getting the power ran over to the pump so we can try to get some liquid water. That's why I've been avoiding this whole thing, is because we don't have any freaking liquid water. So I'm going to put a bottle drainer here. And we're going to force feed our loop some water. Something tells me I will need to insulate this part of the base. So it's gonna get warm. Alright, I'm gonna go with actual water. Enable bottle emptying. Let's set 10.8. Maybe, just maybe, we can get working bathrooms. If we get working bathrooms, I feel like that would help us out significantly. Oh yeah, we were going to wait until we got hydrogen in there. Never mind. Alright, yep. So I will see you guys in a moment. We'll wait until we get this all caught up, get hydrogen loaded into the steam room, you know, stuff like that. So I will see you guys in a moment with hopefully working bathrooms and ready to fire up our infinite power supply. Okay, so we are getting hydrogen inside of our steam power plant so we can help keep our steam turbines cool. We do still need to hook up the liquid to them and everything to get them going, but we're getting that done. This is maintaining a vacuum. We're all good on that front, and then we are going to have working bathrooms. We actually have working water-powered bathrooms. So the filter, the sieve, sieves the water, comes up, feeds all of the bathroom, all of the toilets and sinks. The toilets and sinks dump out and feed the sieve. Its sieve is filled with clean water, and the pipes are filled with clean water. It then dumps its water into the tank. And that's how that's going to work. I am thinking about running a backup line of water from the tank over, just in case if the sieve runs out of water. I doubt that's ever going to happen, but, you know, better safe than sorry. And now we can plunge water to everything else. So now we have running water in the base. It's only like, 737 cycles. I honestly really thought about trying to go to the end of the game with outhouses, but them not doing the outhouses was just getting really frustrating. It'd be different if we were doing like some sort of challenge run where we didn't use bathrooms or something like that, but we were using bathrooms, so there was no point in not having them working properly. But yeah, no, I think we are almost ready. We just need to prep all of our steam turbines for having a liquid out. This cannot overheat. Okay, good. There. Actually, we'll go 2. And we'll run three apiece to the liquid out. All right, there we go. We got that. That should work for the moment. There was something else. We're working on this. That's what we're doing. Okay, so we can deconstruct that. And put that there. And we can put a ladder there so that you can reach up and build that tile. And basically we're just going to push the steam back in. I know we're running out of oxygen, which is why we're trying to hurry up and get this done. And the reason why we're running out of oxygen is because we are not making water, because we were trying to use our main power line bus to desalinate our water. But that is clearly not working yet. So we are a bit behind on the clock here. We built that. Recreate our liquid lock. So I'm not sure exactly what they're focusing on, but it's probably not what we want them to focus on. Why are you guys hanging out in there? I don't understand. It's because it's warm. Is that it? Is it because it's warm, isn't it? It's because you guys are cold and you're like, oh, it's nice and toasty in there. Where's the heat coming from? But these are supposed to have to be in a fluid to work. Yeah, so it's supposed to be fully submerged. Alright, let us we're gonna shut those things down. Okay, I see why you guys want to hang out in there because it's the warm area. That's fine. I will hate on you guys less. I'm still gonna hate. I'm gonna hate on you less. Oh, that's what we can do here. We can get rid of this and this, and then we can put all of the polluted and rotten food in here in a box. And then we can reinstall our oxygen scrubber. We will eventually get in here and get this fixed and get the ice out. Eventually. And we will eventually get this up and running. Just need them to finish building it. Alright, so I'll be back in a moment as soon as we get caught up. And I will see you guys then. Alright, so it is the moment of truth. It is time to fire this bad boy up and see if we can start getting some power out of it. So let's hit the button. Oh yeah, alright. Which we kind of knew we were going to get some water. Now the reason why I put this block here is because when we go to pump oil into it, the oil should just kind of ploop out and just fall down. And I'm trying not to have that oil float all the way over here and try to, like, you know, interact with this crude oil. That just seems a little unnecessary. But it does look like it is working. We are getting power. This thing is cut off. So let's chop that. Let's tie that in, which we should now be getting power. This needs a little bit of pressure. Alright. How's this coming along? This is appearing to be overpressured. I almost want to put like a little ammo thing in here just to keep it from completely emptying all the gases out. I think we'll put another ammo sensor there. And one more over here. Let's tie that power in. Just a little cleanup work. Okay, I'm not going crazy. We were missing hydro sensors. Okay, there we go. And now this bad boy is completely full of steam. Now, are they too high or nope, not enough heat down here? Okay. But hey, I mean, look at that. We are pushing some power out, finally. How are the batteries looking up here? They aren't, but I feel like more things should hopefully be working. Oh, is this thing? It's dormant. That's not great. It's not horrible, but it's not great. Okay. And now we just need to plumb these all in. Alright. Then we'll get that tied in. Let's see. That's ready. That's ready to receive. Oh, do we just go for broke? Let's just go for it. It did not work how I was hoping it would work. Let's speed up time. And yep, no, that's the perfect temperature we want. How's this looking? Just venting a little something still. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's not bad. I mean, we get a little bit hotter, get a few more. We get these up and running. What is? There's. But how are you too hot? Oh, is that because you jerk bags were pulling out the really hot rocks? You are. Alright. Yes, I understand. Turbine is too hot. We can't do anything until we get the aqua tuner installed and we get some cooling loops installed. It's okay. There are worse things to have to deal with. That steam's not really. At least we got 6 of them working. I know dumping the water back into the hot box is not really the way that we realistically want to be pumping that water like down and into our oil wells and stuff. But I think until we get this area kind of cleaned out a little bit, I'm not gonna fret about it too much. But it is something we definitely need to. Because I believe all 10 together should. Okay. So these each release 2 kilograms. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so it's 5 per. So we could loop these 5 to one pipe and these 5 to another pipe. Now the thing is we only need 1 pipe's worth of water to feed the liquid, the oil wells. I mean, I get that, but why is... Because it needs power. We can't vent them without power. Alright. I know we're making power, so let's see where we can start cutting things to see where we can pull some power from. Oh my god. I just realized I am a fucking idiot. I did not hook up these steam generators to the main power grid. They're only hooked up to these shitty batteries over here that were being used to vent out the thing. Like... Oh, okay, so I am not going crazy. We should have had way more power on the grid than what we do. Now we just need to figure out how to tie it in. Where's power? Where is the easiest way to bring this? No lie, I feel like just straight down and like over here or over here would be like the best option. Maybe just bring it down. Maybe bring it over to here like so. I'm sitting here freaking out, like, why are we still struggling for power? This is getting ridiculous. I mean, it is getting ridiculous, but it's ridiculous because I'm an idiot. I am just a complete, utter buffoon for not realizing that sooner. Okay, let's set this to priority, oh shit, hurry the F up. That's what this is. This is hurry up. Hurry up very much fast. I still can't believe I did that. That's so dumb. Okay. Well, now that I've figured out what's wrong, I'm going to let them quickly build that, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, so we have gotten that crisis averted successfully. We had to run this power down. I made him do it on like a super emergency. Let's see, we are now also getting our petroleum piped in to whoa. Oh, definitely want to set that to 9. That is definitely overheating. Oh no. That's what I get for trying to work it too hard. Alright. It's okay. It's okay. What is this? 170 plus degrees Celsius? And how much do we need to melt lead? 327. I think our overall temperature needed to be like 190 degrees. I tried pumping some water in there that'll build up the pressure because I didn't want to just do petroleum. But looks like that was possibly a bad idea. Now what do we do with all this water? I don't know. Why are the toilets not working? Why are the toilets not working? What is going on? Why can you guys not reach food? What is going on? Is the base locked up again? I don't even understand how that happens. Like, this is starting to get annoying. This right here. There. Can everybody finally do the deal? Let's hook all the transit tube things back up. There. Okay. What is our colony achievement? Was it get a room? I just have one of every room. Okay. Alright. I mean, there's bathrooms here. Why are you not using the freaking bathroom? What is going on right now? Ellie, do you not have? Just trying to see what they've got equipped. Okay, there it is, config. Yeah, they got warm. And we got this going through. I mean, we're gonna have to redo the bedrooms. The reason why I say that is because these wood heaters just take so much wood to keep running, and I'd rather switch to electric heaters. But electric heaters are 2 spaces big, not 1. Now we could have put these on the wood heaters on like an automation where, like, you know, it detects a dupe, it's on. You know, I would be far more willing to just let the wood heaters burn wood and not worry about it. But we cannot hook up any sort of automation to them. Alright. So that's my problem with them. Yeah, at least I don't think we can hook up automation. Yeah, see, there's no automation bits. And I don't think there's a way to set up like any sort of like automation for it. Alright, I mean, how much wood do we got? We got 161 tons. I mean, I guess we can possibly run them. Alright, fine. we will turn everybody's heaters back on. And in the meantime, I will contemplate on how to possibly redo the heaters. Because what are they at least the same height? They are the same height. Alright. And what, they go 4, so they do 5, so they do like a 10 by 4. Let's get down to like a more open space. Here we go. Okay, yeah, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, 10 by 10, so it's 100 square tile. It's 100 tiles. I mean, is that hit? If I put it there, that would do 2 bedrooms, 2, 4, 6. I'd have to like redesign almost everything. We can just burn the wood. I mean, it is annoying to have them constantly run up there to get frost resistance. Oh god, is that annoying. Don't really have a better place to put it though. Oh, it's overheating. Is this overheating again? It is. Alright, well, that's just something we're gonna have to deal with until we get enough oil in there. Because this thing is just kind of blip, blip, blip the oil out. And is that because we're not getting enough power again? It looks like it's because we're not getting enough power. So it looks like we are going to have to hook this up. I was trying to avoid it because I didn't want to keep dumping even more cold water in there, but it looks like we don't have much of a choice. We need to keep generating power. Son of a... And that... See, and that's why we had it sealed up, so there's some little pip shithead can't get in there and die. And cause pollution and just jam the whole thing up. It is trying its damnedest to do that, isn't it? It's just trying. It wants everything to do with this place. And it really needs to kind of just take a hike. And that is why you need to remember to install steel door or install doors on all of your locations. Because just in case if a pip gets loose, it will instantaneously do everything it can to screw up your system. No matter what. Its life's goal is to F you in the A. They can be useful, but for the most part, I can just consider them to be a pest. I'm just trying to figure out if we have any way of generating power right now. And it's not looking like it. We almost have enough pressure for that thing to fire again. Oh, we get a little bit of a spurt of water. No. What are you? No. No wonder this thing keeps breaking and it's just a big pain in the ass. Oh, perfect. Alright. For the love of God, please deconstruct that. We got some steel. I don't think we have any steel, so I don't think we can fix this pump anyways. I don't think they can get in there. Dupe? I need dupe. Dupe, dupe, dupe. So we can test this. Here we go. I knew we had to have a duplicate that was out. Alright, you can get there. No. Okay, so I really would rather not break that. So we would break this one instead. Okay. There. Now there's no little pip in there, so it's blocked. Let's just try sucking out all of the natural gas that we can. Yeah, I'm not seeing a way out of this one right now. It's 210, 300. So if we cancel that, and then break into here, that should give us enough steel to pump some more oil in here, or petroleum in here to maybe, hopefully get it to do the deal. Can we get somebody? Okay, we are running out of chances very quickly. Let's set that to a 9. It's already on a priority 9. Okay. Here comes somebody. Oh, hurry up. Why are you making a mess? Why are you making a mess? Use the freaking bath. Why? Because the sieve can't run without power. Everything needs power. That's do not care. Get this done. I give 0 Fs. about any of this. What I want is for this to be done. Just want this to be done. Come on. Somebody coming to do it right now? Why is nobody doing it? Are you kidding me? You grabbed the steel. Where did you go with the steel? And this is the sort of stuff that triggers me. Why? What are you doing? No. Don't build that. Don't build any of that. Fix the pipe. Oh, I'm gonna trip out. Try and do everything but the thing you need to do. Again. I'll let you off of red alert as soon as you get this pump fixed. I don't care what you have to do. Get the pump fixed. I don't know who's doing what. Alright, yeah, no, Stinky, Nails, you guys are done leaving. Alright, that was a bad idea. Come on. There we go. And now you guys yeah, I already know it's not going to be hot enough. Oh, that's why this isn't pumping, because it needs to be above. It needs to be set to above, so it does pump. Yes, yes, come on, hurry up. We'll just snake a little bit of hydrogen out of the line. Oh, where's the gas line? Yeah. Yep, no. That'd definitely be a small problem. And then we'll just pack that in. And this should hopefully to freedom. That's all we need. Oops, wrong overlay. Alright, we got a nice little injection of liquids coming in. This is not hot enough to clear that blockage. Alright. Of course it's not. Well, at least we get some power. That's the important thing, is getting some power. And this one overheat. If the oil was cooling off that. Instead, it's just dumping the 300 plus degree oil in there. And of course, when we need them to build it, it is downtime. Well, at least now we got some power. And stop getting all fired up. We're producing oxygen, so now we're getting oxygen in here. What does it spit out? Some rust? Some rust? Rust is okay, I guess. How hot's this petroleum? I feel like this should be coming out way hotter. Yeah, we need to be doing something new with that water. I just wanted to get this cleaned up. So realistically, we need to be dumping this stuff like down in here. And if we bring it over and tie it in, I feel like we should bring it over and tie it in. So we're going to stop right about there. Right here. Okay, there it is. I lost our pipe. We're going to bring this, tie this into here. And then what? We run the other one up into our base so we can have some permanent water, and then on its way out to space. Yeah, I feel like that might be our way. That might be our play. So we bring this up, bring this over, and then we run this up, up, up. Yeah, I am just taking the most direct route right now. Do we just want to dump it right here? I almost feel like that's potentially our best option. Put a liquid pump here, or not pump, bridge. Put a liquid bridge right there. That comes in over here. That feeds down. That dumps out. Bathrooms are working. And quit raging. Because that making a mess sounds no longer pinging in my ears. Do we want to just run a ladder? Do we want to bring it out, follow it, and then go up? I think we're just gonna run a ladder. It's less detrimental to have this. Okay, there we go. And we quit dumping the water back in. And we need this to be strictly 100 plus degrees. That's just so much petroleum. We need a steel liquid pump in there to get that out. Because I don't think we can mop it. No, too much. And I'm pretty confident the little pump overheats. Yeah, we can't make it out of anything besides plastic. So we have to use a big pump. We have to use steel. And then we need two steel aqua tuners. Our petroleum's getting filled back up, which is good. You know what? That's something we should have thought of. And that something was an actual, like, storage tank for the petroleum to sit in. Because I believe the liquid tanks are 3 high, correct? Yeah, they're 3 high. Kind of wish we could flip them. We could mirror them like we can the water sieves. Now let's build some liquid reservoirs. Alright, as you guys can see, we got this. We're going to hook up these containers. They realistically should be made out of steel. You know what? Rather just preemptively do that. Oh, do we do that? So I'm thinking about doing is dropping this down one layer. And then putting the liquid tanks inside. Yeah. It seems kind of silly to do it, to change all that now. But I feel like it's the best option. It's the better idea. Because at the very least, the heat's contained inside the power brick. It's not being exposed out into just the open asteroid. I know realistically it shouldn't matter, but I'd rather not just keep dumping tons of heat into our ice cold asteroid. But yeah, no, that is going to be the way we go from here on out. Just trying to debate how many petroleum storage tanks we want. I'm thinking at least 2. Thinking maybe 3. Oh yeah. Okay, so install the ladder. Install that ladder. I just know we need a vent, vacuum this all out. I'm just trying to think of how to do it right now. I know we need like a liquid lock and a few other things. So we can probably rip that stuff out. And then switch it over to steel, or not steel, switch it over to lead. Can we put this? Alright, we can put a ladder down right there. Alright, and that. Oh. If you're curious why I keep putting this little overhang and whatnot over, it's to keep the fluids from trying to get in there. Okay, alright, so we get this sealed up, we get that sealed up, we get this vacuumed out. Hydrogen, steam, will be set. Okay. We are getting power. Yes, I keep hearing the batteries go burp, 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 burp. Just don't think they're retaining. Yeah. Power keeps trying to flicker on, flicker off. We getting any? We are getting some. Hey, at least the wire's gone down. What? Buildings? Okay, so I get that all built up. What else? We need to get this all built up. Get this piped in, get that piped in. Get that piped in. We then need we can go in from that way. I think we're looking good for the moment. Change that back to above. Change this back to above. Get this finished up. Because now this is actually kind of working. So now we actually have to worry about the fluid. I mean, the temperature is still well within acceptable ranges, but so what we want to do is actually want to hook up this to go that way. No, stop it, shaky hands. And then come this way. And we'll just tie that back in so we can run the circuit again and get heated up and actually possibly unblock the blockage. Just gotta dig that out. You're gonna do it too, aren't you, Travello? You're gonna do everything you possibly can to screw it all up. So let's stop you from doing that. Let's prevent you from effing the whole thing up and making me like super salty and triggered. Okay. We got that, we got that. We got that hooked up to put the petroleum back in. Oh. That's what we need. We need a liquid filter. It's shift D. Yeah, there it is. Shift D for the cutter. Nope, I want this one. Let me do petroleum that way. And then everything else back out into the thing. Alright. Perfect. Perfect. Now we just gotta let them work all of that and get all of this work done. It's a whole bunch of stuff we need them to do to optimize everything. They're getting there. Is that because we're struggling for power still? Okay. Struggle for power is real. How? Okay, and we'll prevent them from going in there. So you don't want to keep grabbing those hot rocks. It's going to come through and start trying to cook oil on us, and it's just going to... Yeah, I mean, look, this is already 200 something degrees. Like, these are all mostly way too hot. We gotta figure out what to do with this water too. Do we just... Okay, so it looks like we need to run a whole nother vent system along the gas one to get rid of our excess water. Okay, come on now, there we go. I'll switch to granite then. At this point, I'm not overly worried about it. We are using just an astronomical amount of minerals. Alright, yeah, no, we just gotta lay this out. Okay. Alright guys, so it's all still unreachable, it's fine. Do we... Yeah, no, I do feel like the smarter move would be to bring this over with this. Run these together. I'm going to run them straight up to some degree. I didn't want to quite do that. Alright, and now where do we go? So I got lost. Alright, here we go. Yeah, let's come this way. Alright, so I'm gonna finish laying this out and I'll be back. Okay, well, I just checked my recordings and everything. Apparently, I'm at almost 2 hours, which is way over the time limit I try to set for these episodes. Try to go no more than an hour, maybe a little over an hour, preferably an hour or less. And yeah, so I am going to call it here on this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.